Hey guys, I'm gonna go through my artist library. My final project here. It's an artist library. I just said that. It's got it's supposed to be like a project for people who want to look up statistics, but don't want to have like 20,000 tabs open trying to find how many monthly listeners this guy has, or what his top album is, what city he lived in, his name, all that stuff. So it'll condense all of that information. You won't be jumping from Spotify, seeing the number one song and his monthly listeners, and then having to go on a Google search to find out what city he used to live in, or his top album, because Spotify doesn't show their top album, it only shows their top song. So as saying some of the features, you're going to be able to search for an artist. It's going to have like their name, their real name, song, album, genre, and then you can add an artist, but you can only do it with an access key. And then with that access key, you can delete, edit, and then there's this match function that's pretty much just you enter your name and then your city, and then it tells you if you live in the same city as like somebody, some rapper, artist, whatever. So the comparisons here is just Wikipedia. It's got all the like basic information, but it's way too like information overload. There's too much to look at if you're just looking for his monthly listeners or his top song, There's just like way too much going on. And then Spotify, it shows like as I said earlier, the top song or the monthly listeners, but it's not gonna show like his top album, or it's not gonna show what city he used to live in. There's just like a few things like Spotify does one thing a little bit better than Wikipedia, and then Wikipedia does something a little bit better than Spotify, but mine kind of like gets the best of both worlds, puts them all into like one spot, And then I don't want it to be like a bunch of buttons everywhere, because it's supposed to be like a simple thing, You go on there and you just can easily figure out what you're supposed to do and how to get there. So just like a easygoing feel, darker, like dark theme, kind of like Spotify already is. And then here's some screen mockups. I know I just said I want a dark theme. Don't worry, it's just the mockups. The actual one is dark. So we've got the user thing over here, and then it is gonna. I do show a grid here in the mockup, and that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't really have enough time for that. So it's all kind of just in like a one line down the middle or down the side. But once you enter in one of the searches up here, you're gonna get these. You click on it, brings you here, gets you all this good stuff, and I'll show you that later. And you can add an artist over here, and that's how you add it to the database. Oh yeah, also with this one, you pull it from the database, you read it, yeah. And then you can add all the information in, and then once again, you can only do it if you enter in the access code, and you click the button, and then it'll bring you to add a new artist. And then once you add the artist or whatever, you can search for it again, and then once you get to this page, the results page, then you can enter in an access code and then edit it. And it's gonna be over here. It's just gonna take all the information, put it in the text boxes, and then you can change the text boxes and then confirm edit, and then it'll change it in the database. And that's it for the Google Deck, Google Slides. Okay, here, little final project. Now I was kind of on a time crunch, so I'm sorry if not everything is super pretty or if it doesn't work. There are a few bugs here and there that I didn't get around to fixing, but I tried to get as best I could. Here's just some of the code I'm just going through. There was a lot of repetition sometimes, just in like the entering information. I made a few methods. Let's go ahead and run this thing. Maybe, there we go. Alright, so obviously when I test it, I already entered in 2 people. So we're gonna search, let's go ahead and search for J. Cole. So J. Cole, search for him, and he pops up. And then I'll do this over here as well. Well, actually, hold on. So we'll go ahead and click here, and then that'll bring us to J. Cole. And then I forgot to change that to say Apple Music, but I guess it's a little late for that now. So I actually don't know how to say that. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-L. That's my. See if I remember how to spell that. Definitely not. Yeah. So obviously I do not live there because that's my place. Let me take out the A. Yeah. I live in the same city as J. Cole now. So, well, go ahead and put in the access code. We'll try to edit this thing. So then, as you can see here, it just comes up with all this. This is where one of the bugs is. It doesn't edit it. It'll go through and then there's no exception that it throws. It just does not edit it. So if his real name was no longer, his last name was no longer Cole, it was mine, or I'll leave Cole. You can keep it. But it's actually a new rapper. See, I click confirm, and then just say anything here, go back, and then there's another bug where I can't search for it again here and then click it and then it already be saved. So I do have to close it. That is a bug. I didn't figure out how to get to fixing that. So now you see if we type in J. Cole, that he's still 2007, not 2020. So, and then the delete does throw an exception as well. But if you see here, you can type in whatever numbers, and then you're not going to get in there. Only the one code, and it's the same as the other code as well. The same as this one. And then let's go ahead and search for another guy. It's going to come up here, click there. Which was all the same thing, and then there's links here for the Spotify. They do work. Alright, and then exit out of that, and then let's go ahead and add one. So, what is it? Enter, and now we're here. Let's go ahead and do Evan. Mr. G. City of origin. I don't know how to spell Belleville, so I'm just going to say St. Louis. I don't know, 10 monthly listeners. Don't know how many that is. Top rated song, C#. Album, coding genre. Definitely hip hop for sure. And then I don't have real Spotify links for Mr. G, but we can pretend. Right. And then as you see, it says artist added. And then once again, I will have to exit all the way out of here and then go back in. And then we should be able to look at Mr. G. When we got Mr. G, top song C#. Heck yeah. Spotify. And then I did not do any exception handlers there, so I didn't think about that part. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So we can go here, and then I did say earlier that delete does not work correctly. Pretty sure it throws an exception. So delete. I cannot delete Mr. G. Sorry, it will not let me. Yeah, actually. Vinny. Hey, look at that, Vinny. You live with Mr. G in the same city. Yeah, that's pretty much my application. So, thank you guys for watching.